mics. Hype mics.
With years of experience and a passion for customer service, SimMotion is a trusted name for SimMagic products. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, we have the gear to get you on the podium. At SimMotion, we don't just sell gear, we feel your passion for sim racing.
Well, greetings from Corn Country. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gonzo, and welcome to P1's coverage of Round 11 of the inaugural season of the SimMotion ISRA Open Wheel Series. We come to you tonight from our final short track of the season, Iowa Speedway, and the start of the final 4 races of this initial IndyCar campaign. Joining me in the booth, as always, there's Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Luis, welcome to Iowa, a place that we've been at a lot here lately. Not a huge lineup tonight, but I think a good lineup that we're going to see a lot of good racing on a racetrack that is this small and this fast.
Yeah, good afternoon. So it's going to be, we have 17, I count 17 people. I may be wrong. Yeah, 70 people. So all is with a lot of miles in the track, so Clint is on the pole for now. So we're gonna see. I hope it's gonna be a green flag race to check the strategy. I always talking about that. I like it when it's a green flag race, and we're gonna see over here. So like I just said, it's gonna be the last 4, including this. Next one is Charlotte, Chicago, and Indianapolis, and the standing and the championship is still open from 1 to 5th on this race. Sorry, in this championship, sorry.
And there are the points on the screen. Clindy is your leader. He is provisionally on the pole with about 1:05 left to play here. He has a 3-point lead over Michael Goodman, who is currently provisionally 3rd. Wags is 3rd in the standings. Currently, Wags is has not taken a lap. We're watching him right now as he's taking some laps. Put a time on the board. Rigney 4th, Kirby 5th. That is your top 5, and a very close group of drivers in the top 5. In fact, everybody in the top 5 still very eligible for this championship. There are the weather conditions on your screen. We'll get the points off. There we go. Wink. And there you see the weather conditions. I don't think we're going to have a single issue with weather tonight. 78 degrees ambient, 78 degrees track temperature. Very, very fast conditions as we're seeing laps turned in the 189 range just on the cusp of 190, which is extremely fast here. Watching Rigney. Let's get the weather off the screen there as well. There we go. But qualifying is now done. And we'll get today's starting lineup. And starting from the pole, it is Clindy with the speed of 189.3. Right next to him is Wags at 189.1. Murph, last car in the 189 range, 189 flat on row 2, right next to Goodman. Rick Ravon, Rick today kind of gave me the old Mark Murphy, old and slow type. Don't expect a lot from me tonight. Still, you're laughing. I hear you laughing, LGN. I'm laughing too, because I know better from Rick. He's starting in row 3, and I do expect him to be a player tonight. And if he doesn't get a win, he's going to be there in the mix of it at the end, regardless. Richie Hearn in 6th there. Then we got Craig and Mitchum back on row 4. Lover and Kirby on row 5. Rigney and Ramsey on row 6. Maul and Callisto, row 7. Gallas and Armstrong, row 8. And Say Hey, Lewis Hayes going to attempt the worst of first challenge here, as back in row 9, 17th and final position. Again, not a big lineup, but a very experienced lineup right now.
It's funny when you're the people said, "Oh, you don't expect nothing from to me." And you know what? 94 was the last season of Mario Andretti. And he always is the guy always to see if he can win something or not. And always keep in mind, for example, in Surfers Paradise, he finished 3rd. Indianapolis, Mario, 32 for sure. Toronto, 4th. But he's still in contender, like a 5th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and he finished 14. Anyways, it's the last season for him. Like we said, all slow, but always is in the radar on this league, on the race.
Yes, I fully expect all these guys to give a good show here tonight. Checking in, Craig Segerman, who's sponsoring the side of Segerman's Farms on the side of Clindy's car. We are in corn country here. He's checking in chat. We also got, looks like Clindy's mom checking in. So, hey, Craig. Hey, Mom. Your boy on the front row on the pole position, getting ready to come to green flag this time by for the start of 150 laps tonight. Should be a quick one. But we'll see how many cautions we get involved. Getting ready to go green flag out on the racetrack, and Clindy takes some breaks away. But not a good start by Murph, as he's being attacked already by Ravon down low.
We're talking about him, and he's making a good start now. And now he's going on keep going to.
Two old and slow guys mixing it up on the first lap of the first turn, and here comes Rick 3 wide, down to the bottom and to the front. Rick was playing rope-a-dope earlier. He's like, I don't know. He's just hustling everybody out there right now as he starts to pull away at lap 3 already, as we are racing side by side a little bit further on back. We got Mitchum on the outside. That high line is coming in very, very early. We got Mitchum, and then we got Wags there for 4th and 5th. Mitchum breaks on through. Here comes Kirby. Kirby's discovered that the high line's good. Ravon goes purple lap that time by 184.7. The low line's not where you want to be, LGN. Look at all the cars passing everybody down low.
I know. You remember the last season on Iowa? No, the first season Iowa Speedway. Speedway said you was in the top 10, and that time, I took the lead for like a second or something like that, and I wrecked myself.
Murphy in the plucked chicken car. The funky chicken back in the lineup. He's down low, and he just about kisses wheels with Clindy. Yeah, I think I got a top 10 finish here in that.
Yeah, when everybody's there.
Everybody wrecked. I just stayed in the back and watched all the wrecks happen around me.
Exactly. I was like, oh my God, it was myself on the front, like Rick Raven is now. and I overheat my tires and gone.
I think I improved something like 22 positions in that race. I just hung out in the back all race long, and there was really, I don't think we had a stint much longer than 30 laps, to be honest, before another caution came out. So I was able to just stay on the lead lap, and slowly attrition brought me up to the front.
Yeah, so it was a really tough race for everyone. We didn't expect that kind of setup to get that kind of problem.
It was kind of a pack race for the DW12s, and that, at least in that environment. But yeah, a lot of good memories here from the Lex Lionheart guys here at Iowa Speedway. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Already 10 laps into this thing. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the Sim Motion ISRA Open Wheel Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts, including this weekend, the start of the IIS. That's right, it is the IndyCar iRacing Series. Round 1 Sebring. Part of the 2025 NTT IndyCar campaign. And it will be at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, right here on P1.
The last race of on the winter time. Yeah, actually it's the last race on the winter time and iRacing. After that is the last week is next week for the iRacing, then 1 week off, and then we come back to the summertime.
Yeah, the new we spring forward with the time zone. Yeah.
Finally.
Mitchum on the outside of Goodman. That battle continues to rage on. Mitchum looking for a better night tonight than he had last night. I think he got a good finish out of the night, but the start to his night was not a good start at Phoenix in the Votive Racing League. And he is now up in the 4th. It is Ray Vaughn, Glindy, Murph, Mitchum, Goodman, your top 5, as this battle for 4th continues to rage on. Richie Hearn, Gary Lovern tussling up in the back there. Meanwhile, Rick Ray Vaughn out. Had a big lead, but Glindy starting to reel him in a little bit. 0.3 of a second. Glindy down low, Rick a lane higher. That time, Rick up in the 3rd lane. 2nd lane there. Glindy down on the bottom. Mitchum and Kirby as Goodman gets ahead of Mitchum. Mitchum back to 5th now. Kirby 6th. Wags getting into the battle here. Not sure what car he's in. The corn, I think it's just corn kernel. Maybe corn car.
Let me see. Yeah, I see a car on the front of his nose.
Okay, that's what it is. The car of corn. Kind of looks like a snake a little bit, to be honest.
No, wait. Check the back wind. What he said, the back wind. If you can, I can tell you what he said.
I think I see it. Can we get a blimp view here?
I can tell you what he
Gary
said.
Gotso for president.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I am not a crook. I don't know if very many people really would want me to run for president.
Well, if it's I think it's not even close, but Schwarzenegger was California government. So
yeah, he was a governor.
Maybe.
Governor, yep.
Yeah.
And he couldn't run for president because he wasn't a natural-born United States citizen. That was the big thing for him. There was talk about wanting to allow him to run for president, but all the better, I think. I don't know. Wait a minute. I shouldn't say that. Maybe some people might not like who we have now there. But
what about the actor Reagan?
Reagan?
Reagan. Yeah. Everybody loved him, and he said, "Oh, I can do a president." And he did. So
he was he kind of became a politician a little bit in the Screen Actors Guild in Hollywood, and then he became governor of California. And then became president after that, but. The thing is, Wags doesn't know. Maybe he does know. I mean, there's IndyCar is kind of my first real big love out there. I'm a big baseball fan. I'm a big fan of G.I. Joe. But I went to school for a political science degree. So actually, politics is unfortunately, I know way too much about it.
Callisto in the pits.
Uh-oh.
He hit the wall. He hit the wall and turned to... Oh, he have a contact with the incident. It's a net code with Gary Lover.
All right, so he's down and away. He's down and away. So he used the fast repair, and his first stop is done, albeit a little early.
2 laps down. Actually, 2 laps down? Yeah.
Well, his hope now is to stay out, and everyone else, we stay green, and everyone else comes to pit road. He gets back on the lead lap, and then we go caution again, or go caution for the first time. That's his hope. Right now, still watching Ray Vaughn and Clindy run each other down right now. Lap 30 of 150. Here is your rule set for tonight. This is a 0.85 mile oval, D-shaped oval. 7/8 of a mile is what it clocks in at. 150 laps. We're going to be doing about 127 and a half race miles out there. Unlimited tires, 75% fuel, 1 fast repair, and a pit road speed limit of 40 miles an hour. The track record, the IndyCar track record, was actually broken tonight, according to what we saw for timing and scoring. The current track record was set by Scott McLaughlin last year with a speed of 188.2 miles an hour. So we went 189 in practice and qualifying, so we actually bettered that in the virtual world. The career wins leaders here are at Iowa and IndyCar history. Joseph Newgarden is the undisputed king of corn. He has 6 wins here in the last 12 IndyCar races. Ryan Hunter-Reay has 3. Dario Franchitti, James Hinchcliffe each have 2. And your winners last season, part of the 2024 doubleheader here, was Scott McLaughlin and Will Power. It should also be noted that this is one of the few tracks that Scott Dixon has never won at. Hard to believe that.
Well, he still have a chance until Ganassi decide to, you know what, we have to give it somebody else your spot. But still good,
I think he. Well, the thing is, he's still winning, and it'll be hard. Yeah, it'll be hard to give that seat away if the guy is still winning and doing well. But it is a business. It is a business. Oh, we just saw Murphy blinking out there. And, of course, this is a contract year for Will Power. We saw Will Power, he won 3 races last year? 1 here. He's up for a contract. In fact, he has, for the first time in his career, a agent to represent him. So he is looking to get a good deal this season, and hopefully he has a good season performance-wise. Oh, Clindy getting a run on Rick. I don't know if Rick had a bad corner or what, but Clindy's now all over the backside of Rick.
I see the battle of Armstrong, Lover, and Callisto. Well, Callisto is 2 laps down, but it's kind of spicy over there, and Armstrong tried to make it
Oh, wait,
fast.
here comes Clindy inside into 1, and he could slide up and give him the old Brazilian clear, but he doesn't.
Oh. I think the tires of Rick Raven is gone. And Clendy, he did a good job to save the tires, and now he make a pass in lap 40.
First pass for the lead. New leader since the opening laps. Actually, second pass for the lead, I believe. We had that pass for the lead going into one at the end of lap 1, 3 wide. We're watching over the left rear of Ravon's car. This is the Robbie Gordon cam.
It is the Robbie Gordon cam? They started from there?
I just call it the Robbie Gordon.
You remember.
Yeah, that's because that's what I remember the camera being on Robbie Gordon in that position when it was back in 90. I think it was 93 or 94 at Indianapolis. There's it's on YouTube where he going down the front straight meets up with Raul Boisel in the Duracell car, and they actually going down the main straight interlock wheels kind of almost. And it was very close. It was a great camera angle.
That's why it makes sense.
But it is on YouTube. You should check that out, everybody. But that is Clindy watching out the gearbox of Rick Ravon, while Mark Murphy tries to reel him in. Hugo Gallas now up to 10th. Mason Mitchum has fallen back to 11th. I think his tires are kind of worn out a little bit.
The other one I see in trouble is Gary Lovner is stepping a spot down, and I see it's kind of slice on turn 4, exit on turn 4, and it's coming Clendy close to him to put it back down. Lap down, sorry.
The Lovern is the last car on the lead lap. He is about 1.2 seconds in front of Clindy at the moment. There you see them in the same picture now. And Rick Ravon coming to pit road, scheduled stop. So, whoa! Whoa, Rick, fast hands. And he comes to pit road, getting it down to the limit on the limiter, making the ride all the way down to his stall. So he's going to attempt to go a two-stopper here. He's going to go 50, 100, and then home. That's what he's going to attempt here.
Yeah, so he have to conserve the tires a lot because he already did 47 on track, 1+1 in the pit lane. So and the tire is gone. So he needs to save a lot of tires and be patient in the track.
And there goes Clindy on by to put down Rick 2 laps. Which is what happens here when you go to pit road under green flag conditions at Iowa. It is very, very slow down there, 40 miles an hour. Getting on pit road is very difficult. You must, well, at least in the event rules, you must caution on the racetrack. And it's Hugo Gallas spinning out, I think, coming to pit road. And that is exactly what Rick Ravon and Lionel Callisto did not want to see.
Oh, sucks. It really sucks when your thought is gonna be like the best strategy for the lead, and you coming in, and then they always told me I put a Nicky on this in this sentence that he always told me stay longest you can, don't come into the pit because this is the problem where you happen.
Oh, wow, and Rigney was coming to pit road, and he cooked it too. He went from the apron back up to the racetrack. But unfortunately, and Mitchum almost gets into the side of Gallas, but Gallas spins, gets up on the racing line, and that's enough to kick off the caution.
Check on Dim Molo. He avoided the contact on Gallas, and he hit the wall on turn 4.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, yes, he did. And that was a good lick right there. He's going to have to use his fast repair. At least he can still run and roll. So everybody on pit road, scheduled stop for everybody now. Clindy on his spot. Murph on his spot. Wags just getting to his spot. Here we go. Gary Lovard comes out third, but he's down a lap. Not sure if he could come to pit road or not that time by. We'll see. But he's coming out third in the order. He'll be first car 1 lap down. Rigney is now coming to pit road. And he's going to go down a lap. So not sure what happened there for Rigney. He was trying to come to pit road right when the caution came out. Cooked it, coming down to the apron of turns 3 and 4. Went back on the racetrack, brought it back down. But unfortunately, Hugo spun behind him and thus closed pit lane, and he could not come down pit road without a penalty. So he bypassed pit road. Could be maybe he's possibly out of fuel. He's down and away. Stop is done for Rigney, now down a lap. Dean Mall coming to pit road. He gets the fast repair. He is done down and away. He's going to be the last car on the lead lap. The ISRA is sponsored by SimMotion. SimMotion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA with over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry. SimMotion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need for sim racing. Whether you still have your rookie stripes or a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade, check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatec, Buttkicker, Moza, SimMagic, and more. Visit their online store today or follow one of their socials. All the information you need is in the description. P1 Broadcasting is excited to announce a brand new crown jewel event for the IndyCar for the iRacing IndyCar community, a 600-kilometer, 186-lap battle at Michigan International Speedway on June 7, 2025. Stay tuned for more details and entry applications. June 7th at Michigan will be a race to remember. Coming to green flag this time by at lap 58 of 150. It is Clindy, Murph, Goodman, Kirby, and Forsyth. Harry says, how can I join this league? This is an invite-only league, and the Discord invites you need to get from one of the existing members, and they will invite you in, and you'll get a little bit of an interview from the admins, and then they will put you in the lineup after that. But this is an invite-only league. Clindy goes purple, 185.7. But Mike Rigney is the admin of the ISRA. Hit him up. He is your best source for everything ISRA. What, got a battle going back here for Kirby and Goodman. Wagner and Forsyth. Wagner down low in the corn car. Whoa, just can't get that pass done down there without sliding up and hip checking.
Yeah, it's hard to use the low line, especially when the high line is tricky, but it's the easy way to defend it. Before you can do it long time ago, like 5 years ago, you can do it easily, use the low line. But yeah, now with all of this update on iRacing and tire things and everything on the track is getting more real and real every year.
I believe in the latest iRacing developer blog entry, they said that there's going to be a new scan of Iowa coming out.
I can find. I can check. Yeah, on February. They said February. Coming on February. It should be in this off week, maybe.
Yeah, so they say we
That's
are
what I-
nearly done with Bristol, Darlington, Dover, Homestead, Kansas, Vegas, and Iowa repave, and we'll ship as many free updates in Season 2 to the owners of these tracks. So we might actually see the way that these cars handle actually change with the new scan update. 68 now, 69 of 150. Clindy, Murph, Goodman, Kirby, Forsyth, your top 5. As we are quickly ticking these laps off. Remember, they're about 17-second laps here. The IndyCar Oval Series, which we were just at here a few weeks ago, that was 100 laps. And that was a very quick, very quick race.
But it's a good chance for Clendy to stay on front because Goodman over there is fighting for the championship. But it's a good chance for Clendy, finally, after 3 race bad race for him, to finally going away from Goodman, Rigney in the championship. What else? Wagner also too.
And he had a bit of a rough race at Votive on Sunday. So, yeah, he wants to get that bad taste out of his mouth. Yeah, last time we were here with the Indy Oval Series, which is the official iRacing IndyCar Oval Series, we did an hour. It was 100 laps, and it was an hour and 13 minutes. So expect a quick win as we are at the halfway point of tonight already.
It's only 24 minutes, so that's what I said when we started the road. We have a lot of people with good mile here, so it's gonna be a maybe quick race around the track. The only trick it is the pits entry for sure for everyone. I remember I have this incident with in the Lionheart. I coming into the pit, and behind to me was Jason Broffin. So I didn't realize the wall is coming too close to me on the pit lane. So I brake, and Jason Broffin hit me on the back, and he hit the wall.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, and then blame me and said, yeah, next time I should be coming by myself. But, yeah, it wasn't my fault.
Watching this battle between Wags and Forsyth, that is your closest and most active battle on the racetrack. Although, let's go back and watch Rick as he is trying to storm back up through the field. He is the first car 1 lap down. As Murphy continues the flash on the racetrack. The schedule for the week here at P1. Tomorrow, IndyCar Oval Series, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time at Homestead. And then our Wednesday doubleheader with Mark Murphy bringing you the action of the Horizon IndyCar Series at Pocono at 8:20. It'll be myself and Stevie Larkamp at 8:20 bringing you the action from the Formula Indy Series, Milwaukee Echo Blade, Echo Blade 150 from Milwaukee. And then the AMA races again this week on the 27th at 8:20 p.m. That will be, they will be at COTA, their Grand National Series. And Lewis and I will be back on the microphone again together Thursday night over in Elite Racing Network for their next round, round 3 of their 2025A Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series at Sonoma.
Oof.
And then we will have Friday off, nothing scheduled for Friday. And then Saturday, IIS opening day. We're expecting a big gathering of drivers to go to the top split. 1 p.m. Eastern time at Sebring. You won't want to miss it. That is besides the Pro Series that they'll run later this year, this is the highest IndyCar official series on the service. So you'll see some real pros there. And that follows the NTT IndyCar Series schedule. And unfortunately, we don't have St. Pete on the service yet, so we'll race at Sebring to substitute for St. Pete. And then we will race at Fontana to substitute for Thermal. And then we will race at Montreal to substitute for Toronto. But we will get Portland for the first time ever this season. Here's a battle between Goodman and Kirby. This is a battle for 3rd and 4th. Kirby trying to stay close to Clindy, so he doesn't get too far away in this points battle. After this week, here's the schedule. We only have 3 races to go. This is the last short oval of the season, then 2 intermediates. And then we go to the superspeedway at Indianapolis to finish up the season 3 weeks from now. Still much to be decided with this championship. If you are just joining us, this is P1's coverage of the Sim Motion ISRA Open Wheel Series coming to you from Iowa, where we completed now 89 of a scheduled 150 laps. If you've enjoyed P1's coverage of tonight's race, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for future iRacing content, including, of course, this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's the return of the IndyCar iRacing Series. Saturday top split presented by 40 Racewear. You won't want to miss it. Ring that bell, and you'll be notified before we go live. This battle is not getting any closer here. Well, here he goes. He's going to take a look underneath as Goodman goes up to the high line. Stint length. This is what we're going for stint length now. As Clindy's at 37 laps. Murph's at 37. Goodman 37. Everybody's at 37 all the way down to Mall. And I think Mall will be at 37 next time he passes the start-finish line. I think he's there now.
No, it's 36.
36? Okay.
Yes, it's one.
Oh,
lap,
he came in. He came in an extra lap to top off. That's right.
Yes, sir.
So he's playing a little bit of a long game here. Lundy pulling out by 1.9 seconds now, 2 seconds over Murph. Goodman 3rd, Kirby 4th, Forsyth 5th. The top 5 has not really changed since going back to green. Just to review this season, Clindy won the first race at Homestead. Wags won round 2 and a great race to the checkered flag there at Las Vegas. Round 3 at Kentucky went to Clindy. Round 4 went to Rigney at Texas. A big win for him. Murph gets the big win, breakthrough win for him at Pocono, then follows it up with a win at Auto Club. Clindy comes back at Kansas to get his 3rd win of the season. Wags comes back for win number 2 of the season at Motegi. Murph gets win number 3 at New Hampshire. And Rick Ravon last week nipping everybody at the line, getting win number 1 this season at Michigan. Do we get a new winner today, or do we see Clindy get win number 4 of the season to really help propel him into the points lead Murph back 2.2 seconds now. Behind, we'll give you some gaps here. Give you where the tightest battles are on the racetrack. And the tightest battle continues to be Kirby and Goodman. Although this time we missed it. Kirby getting around Goodman, moved Kirby up the third. Still expecting one more stop for everybody. And they're in the window for that final stop. If they want to come to pit road right now, LGN, they could go the distance at this point if they want to.
I prefer to stay. I prefer to wait it till my tank is off, because we saw on Raybon almost lose the car in the pit entry, and also Galas make the spoon into the track. So again, I know the strategy could be better to come in now, or waiting maybe for 5 more laps and going to the last team, but every time you're coming in, you lose 2 laps. That's
right.
The disadvantage of this track. So it's better for, especially for Clendy, what we saw yesterday on Sunday. He came in with the strategy to don't use the tires, and then he spun on the track, and then he tried to catch the lead, but it's a different strategy actually, but different incident actually.
All right, watching this Callisto, who's currently in 17th spot, down 3 laps, trying to get around Lewis Hayes, got real close there. But yeah, I see what you're saying, and I do agree with you. I do think that you should probably come to pit road when your tank is dry here. But I think the problem that we saw, at least with Rick, is that he used those tires up before the tank really got dry.
Yeah, so Raven is coming now, but it's really out of contender for everything. I think it's really out of contender, especially now, because he's gonna come in now. He's gonna lose 3 laps, basically in total.
This should be his final stop, coming down to his stall. I hope at some point iRacing gets around to animating the pit crews so we can actually see what a pit crew does. You actually see the pit crew when you're in the cockpit. You could actually see them do their work around you. But for the sake of the replay and doing the stream, they don't show that. That would be cool to see that level of...
In NASCAR, you don't see it.
No, you don't see it on NASCAR either. You don't see it on NASCAR either. You don't see it at all. Only if you're in the car and you're coming to pit road.
Yeah.
And I think when you do a replay, you can watch your crew do a replay. Yeah, here on we'll watch Gallus here. Easy, Hugo. I think he learned a little bit that time.
It was close, actually. Let me tell you, it's really close to, again, click the track.
Murphy coming in on pit road. Also coming in is Forsyth. So Kirby is picked up the lead, but he's coming to pit road right now. Clendy in his stall. Yep. Final stops here for everybody. Clendy down and away. And just needs to keep the car under him as a very slippery apron here. And then he rejoins the racetrack with virtually nobody in front of him.
So what Clendy don't want to is the yellow flag now.
Wagner coming to pit road, scheduled stop with Richie Hearn. He said Mitchum might pick up the lead here for a couple of circuits. And he does. And he's coming to pit road this time.
Oh, it's going over. Oof.
Oh,
okay.
Yes. So good control, good control.
If we have a race control, that's a penalty for sure, because he entered to the pit and then he to the track and he came back. But yeah, we don't have it, so it's okay. And also, iRacing is not have that kind of
not that level of detail for a penalty. Yeah. 113 of 150. Clindy cycles back to the lead. Murph in second, 2.1 seconds behind. Forsythe has worked his way up to third. He got around Kirby and Goodman. So he is now in third with a very fast stop for him. Wagner in sixth. Richie Hearn seventh. Devin Ramsey eighth. Hugo Gallas ninth. Lewis Hayes, biggest gainer of the day. Lewis Hayes. Say hey Hayes up 7 spots from 17th to 10th. Kirby now attacking Forsythe, running him down. He wants that bottom step of the podium back. He's looking at he wants to get another podium finish. Of all the stock car drivers that kind of came over from the inaugural season of Xfinity, inaugural truck season, and then our season 2 of trucks, he is the one that's come the closest to getting that first IndyCar win.
Yeah, I checked Team Mole. He coming into the pits, and then he came back again, so game over for him. DNF.
Yeah, he is. He's going to DNF for the day. He'll retire in 17th. Gary Lovern in 16th. Rigney 15th. Callisto in 14th. Rick Ray Vaughn in 13th. Stretch Armstrong, haven't mentioned him at all today other than the starting lineup. He's up to 12th. He's up 4 spots. Hayes mentioned. He's now in 11th. Mitchum 10th. That's the back portion of the field. Watching this battle between Forsythe and Kirby. Forsythe making that car very wide and very fast in the high line. And Kirby just can't quite. He can get alongside, but he can't move up the racetrack and get that position. Now he has to reaccess here and reattack one more time. Gets in the draft. The draft is a thing here, even on a racetrack this small.
You know what? The bet for Kirby is try to squeeze again. That's the word. Squeeze Forsythe to the third line, and he have to use the second line like now. That's that is the key to pass Forsythe. Stay close, and in turn 3 and 4, he have to use the second line. Try to avoid to use the first line on the apron.
We'll ride with Justin Kirby in 4 spots.
By going strong, actually, with the dirty air, is still in the back wheel on the Forsythe.
You see our leader, Clindy, way at the far end of your picture there. Clindy's going to be down there somewhere. Might be him right there, actually. Yeah, that's him right there.
Ooh, this is the
Yeah, now
chance.
Kirby gets underneath him, but he's not changing any gears. Now he needs to change a gear. He needs to change a gear now.
My God.
And unfortunately, he did not change a gear, but he needed to go to 4th. Now, I bet you if we ride with Craig, he's changing gears.
Let's see.
Yep, 6th gear. Down to 5th gear, keeping the revs high. And he's also in the draft envelope of the car in front of him, which is Lovern, so he can use 6th gear a little bit.
I think to don't lose the concentration because it's 18 seconds or 17 seconds around the track. It's just focus on make the pass and don't like Forsythe do it, make a change because he is one of the pros we see in the IndyCar, so he can do it. He can have multi-stuff, can do it, and just stay focused on that.
Well,
and
that
defend
is-
it. So
That's a 3-car battle now, Lewis. That is a 3-car battle now. We got Goodman there as well. And meanwhile, up front,
Yeah,
Clindy, Clindy, with 20 to go, still leads by 2 seconds.
oof.
Yep.
That's a lot. Goodman just waited for.
Yeah, this is kind of
Somebody
this is
make a
yeah, this is
mistake.
kind of falling into Goodman's lap here. He's like, okay, boys, go ahead, race it out.
The
Oh,
problem
but-
is Kirby forced too much the pass. It's gonna go slow, and you can lose one more position over there.
Now Kirby up high, Goodman down low. Now they get back in line, go back through turns 1 and 2. Progressive banking here at Iowa. A short track that races a lot like it races a lot bigger than its distance, and put it that way. 16 to go. Lindy leader now by 2.2.
Yep.
And if we don't get any cautions between now and then, hopefully I just didn't jinx it. I mean, we're looking at maybe an hour race.
Let's see, it's 43 minutes with 13 to go. That's short.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking 17-second laps here as we watch this battle between Goodman and Kirby.
Oh.
And this is exactly what Forsyth wants to see.
Oh.
This is going to allow him to kind of drive away. Kirby was catching him. Now Goodman around Kirby. Can Goodman get to Forsyth?
From my camera, Kirby hit the wall and goes slow, and Goodman have the chance to pass. So now Kirby have to going back and waited for Goodman. Waited.
Side
2
by
laps to go.
side. Goodman there. High line off the corner, especially when these tires get worn and hot. The high line is the faster line with these cars. A little squirrely coming off the corner, giving each other room. Coming to 10 to go this time by. And 10 to go at the line for our leader, Murph, very quietly in seconds. And here is the battle for third. It is Forsyth, Goodman, and Kirby. Third, fourth, and fifth. Goodman underneath, getting the car to rotate, but he just can't get the drive off the corner. That allows Craig Forsyth to continue holding the lead, getting a good run down the backstretch into 3 and 4, down the front stretch one more time. Here comes Goodman down to the bottom. Forsyth goes down low, gives a little dirty air. Also in front of Forsyth is Lovern there, and he is getting the dirty air from Lovern. And Lovern is staying high, so giving the dirty air to Craig. Craig sure doesn't want to see that, still side by side with Goodman.
So Forsyth is okay in that line. It's gonna be okay for now.
And he pulls back ahead.
It is the line to defend, so it's okay for Craig Forsyth to use the line nice. Defend over there.
We'll continue to watch this battle. 6 to go. Lindy coming to 5 to go. Looking for his 4th win this season. Looking to rebound from not the best night last night in the vote of Indy Oval Series, but looking to extend his points lead here in the ISRA. Goodman getting around Forsythe, now side by side at the line, 4 to go. Oh boy, here goes Goodman. He's going to slide up. Does Forsythe have enough time? They're both about on equal tires. Goodman 36 laps, Forsythe 37 laps. And I tell you what now, with Goodman starting to pull away, I just don't think Forsythe has it in him right now to get that spot back. And that is very fortunate for Goodman because he needs to keep pace with Clindy.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, especially now with 2 to go. It's going to be tough. It's cost like 10 laps for Goodman to pass 2 guys. Maybe more, actually.
And final lap. Clindy gonna make it look an easy one today. Halfway down the backstretch. He can coast it from home from here. Win number 4 for your points leader this season. And we got 3 races to go.
And Wagner out of the gas on the line.
He comes home 7th.
So Craig Forsythe compliment about the strategy of Goodman because he saved tires, and Craig Forsythe, he realizes the tires with the battle with Kirby. The tire is gone for him, and Goodman did a good job for saving.
I knew it was going to be a quick one tonight. I just had a feeling it would be a quick one. That's why I got all the ads out of the way very early. I just knew it would be a quick one.
Actually, it was a good one, a quick, because it was a good race. We have only 1 yellow flag, and that's it. That's pretty good.
Clindy with the win number 4 this season. Your winner tonight. Murphy in 2nd. Another podium for Murph. Goodman in 3rd. Another podium for him, and keeping pace with Clindy in this Critical Points Championship. Forsythe 4th. Kirby 5th. Hearn, good finish for Richie in 6th. Wags in 7th. Devin Ramsey in 8th. Another good finish for him. Hugo Gallas. Another top 10 for Hugo. And another top 10 for Lewis Hayes. He comes home in 10th. And he's your driver of the day there, LGN. He improved 7 spots. Mitchum finishes 11th. Armstrong 12th. Rick, unfortunately, led very, very early. But when he came to pit road, then the caution came out, relegating him to the back half of the field, 13th. Gary Lovern 14th, Rigney 15th. Much the same story for Lionel Callisto. Had to come into pit road early to take care of some damage, and then also getting caught out with that caution. And 16th, Dean Mall retires early in 17th. That is your 17-car field. Kind of small today. That's okay, because we had racing, good racing all the way around this 7/8 of a mile D-shaped oval in the cornfields outside of Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, like you said, the driver of the day is Hayes. I'm gonna also mention Galas with another top 10 for him.
Get some replays queued up here. All right. Clindy also got the fastest lap there, too. So really just a dominant day for Clindy. He's been looking for one of those big days. He got it today. All right, and then let's get into the interview room. Here's this replay of this early pass that Rick did on everybody going in the turn 1 3 wide there as we're trying to zoom in on Michael Goodman's car there. That was a pretty big moment. We'll go back to the interview angle there.
And it's 3 wide.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there he is. We'll bring him on up now. And here he is in the booth, just joined the waiting for the interview room. So we're bringing up in here now. A great run, Michael. P3 today, and you really had to battle Craig there at the end for it. We'll talk about that. But the biggest thing is you had to do everything you could to keep pace with Clindy. Clindy was by far kind of in a class all by himself, well ahead of everybody. But points-wise, I mean, you had to do what you had to do, and short of finishing second, getting on that bottom step of the podium is the next best thing, and you're still keeping pace. But that was a heck of a battle there with Craig, and Craig, just by bracing him in this league, he has a ton of starts in these cars, and not saying that you don't, but he is a savvy veteran, and he raced you like one.
No, first of all, are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, you're great.
Okay. No, that was a great battle. It was. Hey, listen, you can't really ask for much more than that. I mean, we each gave space to each other. We raced hard. We raced clean. No contact. No nothing. That's all you can really ask for as far as when it comes to racing for a position. He really wasn't doing. He wasn't doing any mirror driving. Neither was I. It was just a good, fun battle.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was, very fair, giving a lot of room, very, very, very gentlemanly out there, and definitely looked like, it was frustrating that you took so long to get around them, but I bet that the feeling of accomplishment when you finally pulled the pass off and pulled away a little bit probably felt pretty good. But go ahead and talk about the rest of your race. I mean, getting up to third really was the biggest part of your finish here. Was maybe a too short of a distance race, or maybe was it paced just right for you?
No, it's never too short. I mean, it's 10:30 now Eastern time. I'm going to get to bed at a normal hour. So as far as that goes, that's fine. Yeah, the laps here, they do fly. I know I've been in other leagues where we wouldn't do 150. We'd be like 250. And if for whatever reason the race would seem like it would take for forever to do, I thought that 150 laps was a good, fair amount, 2 pit stops. To mention something what you said earlier about Clendy and Mark Murphy, yeah, they were in a class by themselves because, not because they just were. I was fuel saving the first 2 stints, and obviously they were, and they still pitted after I did. So, they had some extra pace there that I didn't have. But you know what? That's okay.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to for this big P3.
Yeah, I just want to give you and Luis a thumbs up. Thank you very much for doing the great broadcasts and stuff like that. Mike Rigney for putting the league on, and Sim Motion for sponsoring the league. And lastly, again, as I always say, to all the competitors that are out there, thank you, for the clean running, clean racing, and whatnot.
Well, it's good to have you on the podium. We got the points in. Damage is minimal. You're only 8 points behind Clindy with 3 races to go after this. So still lots of racing, and you're still close enough to make a run at this thing. So congratulations on the big P3 today, and we'll see you next week when we're where are we going to? We are headed to Charlotte. next, where these cars are always a handful there. So we will see you then.
All right, sounds good. You guys have a great night.
Yeah. And let's go to Mr. Old and Slow, Mark Murphy, in the plucked chicken car there, and get his thoughts on this race. And here is Mark. Mark, congratulations, P2. But not without some very early excitement, going 3 wide a couple of times, going into 1. But once you got it settled out, you moved up into the second position and just kind of camped out there and made it yours for the rest of the race. A good, solid finish to conclude. But there was really no running down Clindy. He got close a couple times, but I think he was maybe just playing around or just cooling tires off and then setting sail again. I don't know what he was doing up there, but he really just seemed to be in a class by himself. But not a bad run for you today, Mr. Old and Slow.
No, I mean, I could beat him 1 or 2 laps, but I could never string any more than that together. And, I don't know if he was playing around necessarily. We were both getting after it pretty hard, but yeah, I mean, the start was kind of wild. I don't know how I got 3 wide from 2 rows deep, but it happened. And, I was a bit surprised, but then it was pretty apparent that, that wasn't going to pay off. It was pretty obvious that Rick was running at full juice, and we knew he wasn't going to make it. And sure enough, when he pulled in at lap 48 or whatever, we're like, well, he's basically out of the race at that point without some help. And, and I really thought, I mean, we picked up a little bit of time, and I got to within like a second and a half to start the last run. And then, lap cars came off the pit lane and got in between us. And I burned up my tires pretty hard trying to get around them guys. And it's not their fault. I mean, they were racing for position, and you can't fault them for that. And, it's just a matter of, the race was decided pretty much lap 10 or 15 or whatever it was. I made a mistake. I went to the inside of Clindy instead of trying to pass him on the outside. Had I gone to the outside of him, it'd have probably been the same story, but the other way around. But once he got out in front, there was no running him down. I mean, our pace was within a couple of hundreds the entire race. So you're not going to make big gains on a guy like that. And what are you going to say? I mean, sometimes you just get beat, man.
Points have been updated. You are now 16 behind Kirby. Should be noted that you are the only driver right now with 10 starts and 10 top 5. So every single one of your starts have ended at least in a top 5. The only other driver that comes remotely close to you right now is Forsyth, who has 10 starts, but only 7 top 5s and 10 top 10s. So you're the only 2 drivers with all top 10s in all your starts, but you're the only driver right now with every single one of your start being a top 5. So we know that we talked about not a chance for the points championship because missing that one race, but still putting on a really good show of it statistically. I know you got some people you want to thank, so go right ahead, get them shout outs. You earned it for finishing P2.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a fun night. Clindy and I had another good show at Sebring. We've been having a lot of fun doing the Horizon stuff on Wednesdays and the AMA stuff on Thursday and Friday. So shout out to all them guys, that put their confidence in me to call the races. I'm enjoying the heck of it. For Clindy and Ryan and Sam. It's always fun to work with them guys. Got to thank P1 Broadcasting, obviously. My apologies. My name isn't on the side of your car. Your name isn't on the side of my car today. So Wagner and I are having a contest so you can pull out the most ridiculous throwback paint. Did he show up as an ear of corn?
Yes.
By the way.
Yes, he showed up as not necessarily an ear, just a full corn cob.
Well, like
with all the kernels in it.
Yeah. If he'd have taken a corn cob out of his ears, he might have driven better.
Oh.
We got to thank Black Magic Studios, Black Magic Designs. This is an old scheme right here. This is one of the first ones. We had some good times in this car, so I thought we'd bring this one out tonight. So thank you to Andy for that. Brought a smile on my face when I was looking through trading paints on that one. Admin box, race control at the touch of a button. Sim Motion for sponsoring the series. big shout out to Mike Rigney. This is a ton of fun, man. I got an idea though. Next time we come back to Iowa, limit us to one set of tires from this distance, and we'll see who can drive. Turn up the temp and limit us to one set. Right. Beyond that, man, just keep going fast and having fun. That darn Clindy, that rascal's fast. I hadn't had anything for him, so
Well,
it is what it is. Thanks
no
to Miss
problem.
Natalie for letting me. Thanks to
Oh
Miss
yeah,
Natalie
you
for
got
letting me
to
do this,
shout
but
out the wife. Yeah, definitely for sure. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but shout out the wife, the boss of the household that makes everything possible.
I am her oldest child, Gary.
We know that.
So does she. But no, I mean, just shout out to her too for letting me be a big kid most of the time, and just keep going fast and having fun, boys.
Congrats. We'll catch you at the next one when we head off to Charlotte.
Yeah, sure thing, man.
All right. And then we will bring up Clindy now. And bring him in now. Here he is. Clindy, I tell you what, your night has finished a lot better than it did last night over in the votive series. Not the finish you wanted there, but really kind of a dominant finish. Once Rick came to pit road kind of earlier than everyone else, kind of used his tires up much faster than everyone else. You picked up the lead, and then you got that caution that kind of trapped a couple of people down. But after that, I mean, it was lights out. It was all yours. There was no one really remotely close. Don't know what you had under the hood, but, man, you had everybody in chat, your whole family cheering you on. A bunch of happy people, fans of yours because of the win. 4th win of the season. You extend your points lead just a little bit, but you do it at the right time with only 3 races to go after tonight. Talk about your race, talk about the big win, and getting closer to the end of the season and a possible championship run here.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks so much. I saw my family in the chat. It means the world to me that they were watching. Yeah, Iowa is where my family's from, right? My mom grew up about 2 hours from the racetrack. Yeah, corn is in my blood. I think that's why I'm so good here. Segerman Farms makes the best corn on the world, so talk to Craig Segerman if you have any corn or agribusiness needs. He'll get you hooked up. But I know that we run menthol, right? Menthol cars? Is that what the fuel is?
Ethanol.
Cars?
Ethanol.
Ethanol. Oh, ethanol comes from corn, brother.
Yeah.
The corn is literally pumping through my engine, pumping through my blood. It's everywhere. I love corn. Love eating corn. Corn is my wife's favorite food. Corn is like one of my top 5 favorite foods. So, it's all corn all the way down. So shout outs to, the field for keeping it green, man. The lack of restarts really saved my skin today. When Rick blew by me at the beginning of the race, and when he made it to lap 48 or 49, I'm like, man, he's only got to save like 2 laps of gas on the next 2 stints. I think he can do that. I reeled him in real easy because he blew his stuff off, but I was saving as much fuel as possible in case there was that first stint caution. And lo and behold, there it was, right? Really, really good job by the field, though, to not mess up coming to or off of pit road. It's really hard here with all the marbles. And kudos to the ISRA League for making us enter off of the backstretch. That makes this place way safer for everybody. I think that, honestly, iRacing should look into implementing more turn 3 pit-ins on ovals like this, just because they mess up officials all the time. And it just, the blue cone on exit helps. Put a blue cone on entry. Like, it would really, really help a lot of ovals, especially short ovals like this one, or like Chicagoland, right, where you dive right off of 4, or Texas. Those places are so dangerous when people don't communicate, and not everyone speaks English, right? So the map 1 pitting in, right, doesn't make sense for someone who lives in Taiwan or Japan or Germany, right? But I don't know, it's just something that I would like to see changed. But something I don't want to see changed is this track, man. It's such a shame that they paved over 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 for the way they did. Like, I wish they would have just done the whole thing. It just, man. I mean, hold on. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here because this track is so awesome. I think if they pave the rest of the track, say next summer, right after, or maybe immediately after the Cup race this summer, or after the IndyCars race. I don't know who races last, but they're like within, I think, 3 weeks of one another. But after the last race is done, if they pave the top, the top will be like 2 years, almost exactly 2 years fresher than the bottom, right? And I think that might make the top as good as the bottom because the pavement's just that much fresher, and you'll get instant multi-groove racing, kind of like when they put that grip strip in at Pocono, and the cup cars would run, up top or down low, and they were just about the same. That was like some of the best years of racing at Pocono, and if they can manage to time that transition right, and if that's what the game plan is, they're absolutely geniuses, and they knocked it out of the park. But that's not what we got last year, right? And it was a disappointment after how good the racing was the years before that. Like watching Jimmy Johnson rip around on the top and get a top 5 and passing the whole field twice, it is like a top 2 IndyCar moment of all time for me, as a NASCAR convert, right? So it takes a lot of special magic to make a racetrack as good as this one, and they really did it. I know Rusty Wallace helped design this place, and it's been around for a long time. It's a shame that honestly NASCAR hasn't raced here more, or IndyCar hasn't raced here more. I think every series that has 4 wheels should be on this track at least once a year. It is that good.
Point situation, you lead by 8 now over Goodman.
Yeah, why do you have to have a good day? He could have been like Rigney and got trapped a lap down. That would have been great for me. But
well, he did what he had to do. He could. I mean, I think ideally he wanted to get to 2nd or higher, but 3rd was the best he could do. So it keeps him in the neighborhood. But still, he needs to come up with 9 points somewhere to pass you. So I mean, the work is still on him. But there's still 3 races to go. Still a lot of racing to go. Wagner's now 3rd, and Rigney 4th, and Kirby 5th. With 3 races to go, what are your thoughts here now with 2 intermediates and Indianapolis to wrap this season up?
Yeah, I came into tonight thinking that I had a good shot at putting some distance on the rest of the field. Murphy helped me out by finishing 2nd. I wish Craig would have come up and finished 3rd, obviously, but it's just such good fortune for me that even without a drop, I've been really hot and cold in this league, right? Basically, if I don't win, I crash. I think I finished 4th at Michigan and 8th or something at Motegi. But Michigan, I think I learned a lot, right? I decided to lift instead of putting myself into a 4-wide situation on the last lap like at Auto Club, where I knew that I would finish way worse than 4th because I knew I was going to be in good points shape, right? So I'm going to continue doing this because of the people at SimMotion who have helped sponsor this league, right? I really want to win the championship and win the associated prizes. Because if you don't know, I race on a racing wheel that can legally vote. The Logitech G27, I think, was built in like 2004 or something. So it's well over 20 years old. It's amazing, and I love it, and it lets me sim race with other people all around the world and teach people on P1 broadcasting with my track guides, and it's done so much for me. But there are some things it can't do, and there are some things that I need to upgrade, especially my pedals, if I want to be able to be competitive and compete at the highest levels of this esport. And that is my dream, that is my goal, and winning this championship would let me be able to afford that. I know that it's not necessarily the most, what am I looking for? It's not the most heartwarming story, right? It's not like I'm underprivileged or anything. I come from a lot of privilege, and I'm very thankful for being able to sim race, right? There are people in the world who can't even afford the computer or the service or don't have internet, right? Sim racing is something everyone should be able to try and should be accessible to everyone, and it's getting there, right? Like when I upgrade from my G27, I'll be able to give it to a up and comer, right, who can't afford anything else, because that was me. And I want to help the next generation, right? That's why I make the videos. Every time somebody tells me that my track guide helped them win or helped them learn, I feel so good about my place in this community and how much I can help this community grow. And it's just awesome, right? Like, it's my favorite thing to do in the world. When it comes for like a leisure activity, the fact that it's, I don't know, it's helped me out a lot after I moved out here to the East Coast. I know I do it more than other things, and I should probably try to socialize more and meet new people. But I've met a lot of new people online. I've made a lot of good friendships, right? You, Gary, LGN, my teammates. So shout out to them at Rogue Racing. I really enjoy their company. We were all in the chat before this, and I didn't want to leave them because it's getting harder and harder to get all of us in one room now, just with work schedules. But with the time change, Ty will be back for season 2 of Fixed. So look for us to tag team some of those podiums together coming up in season 2.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors.
I think I've locked them all in through various parts of the other interview, between Sugarman Farms, P1 Broadcasting, and the Votive Racing League, who I'm not going to forget this time in my victory lane speech. I threw one away at Phoenix on Sunday. If you want to see me lead a bunch of laps and not bring home trophies, you should tune in to P1 Broadcasting Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. I think next week we're going to Kentucky for the Votive Derby, which is the crown jewel of the Votive Racing Series. Shane Coker put out a big bounty for that race, and I'm gonna try my hardest to win it, because anytime I can tell my wife I won money with my hobby, she likes it a whole lot more. So when I told her how much I was gonna make from this one and the prizes from Horizon and from Warriors for Peace, she's like, "Wow, you've got to win those." And I'm like, "Yes, I'm glad we agree." So obviously, shout out to my wife. I hope she's having a ball right now. She's on the other side of the planet, but she's got a jam-packed schedule, and I'll clip this little part of the interview and let her know that I love her and that I'm thinking of her and I miss her very dearly, even though she's only been gone about 12 hours. So.
As it should be. Well, congratulations on win number 4 this season. 3 races ago, the points leader going into those final 3 races. We shall see how this points battle shakes out. But right now, you are sitting pretty with those big 4 wins. Congrats. We'll catch you at the next one.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks, LGN.
I'll tell you what, LGN, I think the interview is about lasts as long as the race. But a bunch of happy people on the podium. I think Michael was happy to get up on that 3rd step there and to maintain pace with Clindy. I think Mark was just happy to be next, best in class, to come home 2nd. And Clindy, I think, just really was looking for a good way to kind of recover from that bad finish that you and I saw him have last night in Votive. And I think everybody pretty happy and definitely wanted to talk.
Yeah, for sure. It's glad to hear when you have a bad race, like you said yesterday. Was a very bad race. Let me tell you, was the worst one for Clendy, because he was first lead for 1 lap down for everyone. He put 1 lap down for everyone. He came to the pit. He tried to do the strategy like a risk, it's gamble for sure. And he went to the wall. And today he won the race for 2 seconds on something else.
Yeah.
And he is going for 8 points. It's nothing. But we don't have a drop week. So it's everything in 13 is it 13?
14 rounds.
No, 14 rounds.
Yep.
So it's not drop week. That's what I like it, because it's more fair for the people is going for 14 weeks, and then somebody is missing 2 or 3 or 4, and then he can win another 6, and then he go to the top of the championship. So next one is Charlotte. Track, I really like it.
I know you like that track.
A lot. I really missing a lot to race in Charlotte, but is Clendy have the first chance to go to the championship and then try to define and or try to close it in Indianapolis. So we are 3 to go, and it's really excited this race. I hope it's gonna be a better the same show. Actually, this race today was a good show. It's not really a bad show. I hope it's gonna be next one the same one. But like again, with all of these people miles we have in this league, it's gonna be a super show.
Well, that's going to do it for today. Once again, your podium here from Iowa is Michael Goodman coming home in the 3rd spot, keeping pace with Clindy in this points championship. Murph in 2nd, continuing his streak now of top 5 finishes, and is running now to 10 for 10 consecutive races that he's been in. And Clindy gets win number 4 here in another home race of his here in Iowa. Join P1 again next week For round 12 of the inaugural season of the SimMotion ISRA Open Wheel Series, as the teams of drivers head to the high banks of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coverage begins around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Remember, as always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thoughts on tonight's race and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage. Support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out on more of P1's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow, the IndyCar Oval Series at Homestead at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and this Saturday at 1 p.m. it's the return of the IndyCar iRacing Series Saturday Top Split presented by 4D Racewear as they tackle Sebring Raceway. Don't miss it. The ISRA is sponsored by SimMotion. With over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry, SimMotion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need for sim racing. Whether you still have your rookie stripes or you're a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade, check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatec, Buttkicker, Moza, SimMagic, and more. Visit their online store today or follow one of their socials. All the links you need are in the description. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter. The links you need are all in the description. You can also check them out on Instagram. So for Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1, SimMotion, and the ISRA, I'm Gary Gatto saying all good night. Thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week in Charlotte for the next race of the SimMotion ISRA Open Wheel Series. Good night.